I'm Doug Massey, and this is part 1 of our 3 video playlist that's going to cover everything that you'll need to start selling final expense remotely and successfully without having to leave your house. Today, in part 1, I'm going to share some information on finding the right agency or company to start with based on your realistic goals, your personality, and how much money you've got, you have set aside to invest into your insurance business. I'm even going to cover insurance agencies with those free/subsidized lead programs, what kind of commission levels you can expect from them, whether you're working with a subsidized lead company or even paying full price for exclusive leads. I'm even going to address the best way to do research for finding a good insurance agency, and we'll even touch on the type of people who buy final expense life insurance. Now, in part 2, we're going to talk about the type of leads available along with the costs and even generating your own leads and preset appointments using a calendar appointment funnel system like the one we use at my agency, United Final Expense Services. And in the 3rd video, part 3, I'm going to be covering the final expense sales presentation script and how to effectively close sales and deal with objections. And yeah, guys, right now, this is the time to like this video and subscribe if you're new. We're putting out new insurance sales content and final expense sales training videos just like this all the time. Let's start by covering insurance companies and agencies that offer subsidized lead programs. And guys, I use the word subsidized because these companies love to use the words free or advertise a free leads program, but nothing in life is truly free. And with all these programs, there's always going to be a commission decrease. The agent that I would suggest looking into these type of companies would be someone who either maybe doesn't have any money to invest into the business, maybe it's limited, or someone who's got, well, not a lot of sales experience, maybe even someone who's had some sales experience, but they've never been very good, at sales. Maybe you're just not comfortable with investing into a business like this until you've had experience working the market, and or maybe you would, like to get some training on someone else's dime. The companies that stick out the most are Senior Life Services of Vero Beach, Lincoln Heritage with Adam Hale, if they'll let you with them, Select Quote, they do something of their own, North Star Insurance Advisors, and I believe, and I may be wrong, but I believe David Duford is doing something like this right now too. And guys, and in no way am I affiliated with or recommending any of these companies. I would say the closest thing to a recommendation I can give is David Duford, only because I do know him personally. He has a legitimate company, and when it comes time to grant releases, he actually will do that. You see, the simple fact is that I am just pointing out available options. Now, as far as commission levels is concerned, all these guys, all these companies are going to give you around maybe 50 to 60% first year commission, which, hey, look, in my opinion, is very fair and should be considered as, quote unquote, the cost of doing business with a subsidized lead program / agency. All 4 of these companies are going to give you varying levels of training and support, and are going to supply you with a final expense telesales presentation script. Probably won't be as good as mine, but that's a different story altogether. And they're going to basically be a great way for you to tip your toes in the water, so to speak. And I use this toe dipping comment because, well, believe it or not, the final expense market, the folks that we sell to are definitely a special sort of crowd. And a lot of agents are going to start making presentations to these people only to realize that this is not the type of people, the market that I want to work in. You see, a majority of these folks are on a fixed or limited income and really don't have much money coming in, and or are extremely ill, and in most cases both mentally and physically. Bottom line, guys, making the sale in this market is the easy part. The work doesn't start until after you've closed the sale. These folks are going to have financial issues, so you're going to get insufficient fund notifications from their bank, and then need to go back and get them back on the phone or get back in front of them and help them make catch-up payments, or sell them a different policy with a lower face amount. Here's the thing, definitely a lot more service work than any other type of life insurance sale. But still, guys, a lot better than health insurance, so don't kid yourself. Moving right along, let's say you're a professional closer, a real salesperson, and or are the type of businessman or woman who understands that the final expense industry can be a very lucrative business and you got no problem putting your money where your mouth is. In other words, you know darn well that you're a closer and not just some schmuck. You'll want to look at different agencies where you can be an independent insurance agent, representing multiple insurance carriers with different and unique life insurance products, not just whole life insurance. This is where you need to do your due diligence. Now, first off, there's no reason for you to contract with an agency who is going to give you first-year commissions below 100 to 110% for the main products that you're going to be selling. And just to be clear, buying leads or generating your own leads while having first-year commission levels for the main products that is below 100% level is a big fat fail. This is where the multi-level marketing insurance agencies tend to get you. Again, that's a different story for a different video. Paying full price for leads and getting sub 100% commission, well, that tells me that you're probably getting ripped off and most likely just being manipulated into thinking fake news is true. With that being said, here's something very important to consider. Does the person that you are considering contracting under, or the actual insurance agency that you're looking at or considering working with, have lots of positive reviews? Do they have testimonials from their existing and current agents that you can see on their website? Have they bothered to get with the Better Business Bureau for a transparent rating? Again, not just the main agency, like the big guys at the top, but the actual person that you're speaking with, deciding whether you're going to contract under or not. The person who's going to make the money off of your sales. And this is important too. Do they have a platform where they can guarantee you a specific amount of either inbound call-in leads, very important, or calendar appointments where the clients themselves set an appointment to speak with you, the agent, like the system that we have at United Final Expense Services. As far as naming agencies that you can go to for an independent sales platform, the only thing that I'm going to recommend is that you simply do your due diligence and make sure that you get in writing in an email that if things don't work out, that they will release all of your insurance carrier contracts, assuming there's no debt. The last thing you want to do is contract under an agency only to realize for one reason or another that you actually want to go somewhere else instead. And then you find out that the agency that you are with is not going to give you a release. They're not releasing your contracts, and now you got to wait that 6 months to recontract with those same carriers under a different insurance agency or IMO. And one last thing before we move on to part 2. I would highly recommend avoiding multi-level marketing insurance agencies. Look, here's the thing. Most of them, now hold on, let me backpedal a little bit. Unless you're gonna recruit, like you're immediately, for some reason, you can bring in a bunch of agencies and you absolutely are gonna recruit. The issue I have with these multi-level marketing insurance agencies is the commission levels are going to be really low, always lower. Or, well, hold on, maybe not always, but in most cases. And or they ain't going to release you. Okay, if things don't work out, you're a hostage. The only reason you should consider joining a MLM, multi-level marketing insurance agency, is if you know, again, that you're going to build an agency. You're going to recruit and you're going to have your own sales team right from the start. My experience getting releases from multi-level marketing insurance agencies has been horrible. Even the ones that claim that they've got no problem releasing agents, again, this is my experience, they don't release agents. Most of them don't. They ain't going to sign it. There's going to be a lot of pushback. You're going to be chasing them like a dirty dog, and it's going to stink. Before you start video number 2, if you'd like a copy of my free telesales new agent kit, which has sales materials that you're absolutely going to want to use for remote sales, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. For more info on our remote final expense sales platform, the one where we guarantee you can get 20 to 30 appointments preset by the client every single day, just shoot me an email at that same address. Okay guys, let's roll into the second video and talk about using the right leads with the highest intent. And as always, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get that headset on and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.